Welcome to the total body mat workout with dumbbells. There are 4 circuits in this strength workout, and each of those circuits we're going to repeat through 3 times. So the first circuit is essentially our warm-up circuit. We're going to complete each exercise for about 30 seconds, take a little rest, and then move on. We'll go through this 3 times through. You can choose really light dumbbells. I've got a set of 3 pounds here, or no weights at all. Again, we're just warming up, and I find the better our body is ready to work out, the better the workout is going to be. Are you ready? We're going to start with a squat to an overhead press. So follow through with me, pause the video if you need to, and let's get to work. So grabbing those dumbbells, we have a squat to an overhead raise. So you're gonna hold those dumbbells at your chest, shoulders, just squat to overhead press. Now remember, this is a warm up, so nothing too crazy. You wanna keep the movements flowing, all right? As you squat, sitting the hips back, and try to think of floating those weights over top. Keep the abs nice and tight here. That's it, nice and gentle. We're just warming up. Good, put those weights down to the ground. We're going to do a row. So coming into a high plank position with or without weights here, into a nice high plank position. You're gonna grab your weights, okay? So we're gonna do a row and a row. You can do this from your knees as well if you need to. Then we're gonna step forward into a low plank to a front raise and back down. Now you might want to do this without weights right now, just to lift the arm up the floor, walk into low squat, arm raise. Keep your shoulders down, or you may want to use your weights. Okay, row. Remember, we're just warming up still. Jump or step into squat, arm raise. All right, the next one is a lateral lunge. No weights for this one, just warming up. So take those legs nice and wide here into round 1, and we're just gonna squat or lunge into one hip and come on back. So into one hip, come on back. That's it. And up. About 30 seconds here, just warming up through the hips, inner thigh, outer thigh, and again, keep the core strong. Shoulders are back as wide as you can be with those shoulders and away from your ears. That's it, nice and slow. Good, we're gonna go into the second round of this. So grab those light or no dumbbells again for round 2, 3 rounds of each. Again, just warming up still. So have those elbows forward. We're gonna squat, overhead press. As you squat, I want you to imagine getting really tall, all the way through the top of your head. Corkscrew the thighs away so the knees are not rolling into each other. Exhale, press. Nice strong squats. Maybe your range of motion right here is here. That's fine, okay? Or maybe you just want to do the squat with no press. Good, let's come to the floor for the renegade row. Put my weights aside here. If you start feeling you're warming up and want to add intensity, feel free, but I'm gonna show you the option from the knee, okay? So shoulders are over the wrists, row with or without weights. Come on up, step or jump, low plank, shoulders, arm raise, okay? Step the hands down, jump back or walk back. Find what works for you. Jump up or step up, arm raise. Keep the lower abs nice and tight here. If you're doing it from the knees, it's a row. You can walk it up or jump it up, front raise. Good, ready for those lateral lunges? We're almost through a warm up. Take those legs nice and wide. Okay, turn the toes straight ahead. So turn your toes towards me on the screen. We're gonna press the hips back and all the way up, okay? So press the hip up all the way back. Keep those shoulders wide, chest proud. Lift the chest. And you wanna think of sending your shin behind your toes, trying to keep that lower leg vertical and not too far over the toes. You wanna really be pressing through the back of the foot here. So almost think of pressing through the heel. Nice work. Let's go in to round 3. Grab those dumbbells if you're using them. Our last warm-up set here. Bring in a little more power if you can, okay? All right, whew. That's it. Here, press. Imagine pinning your shoulder blades together, just a little bit here. And try to imagine that you're trying to lengthen right through the top of your head, down your tailbone. So try not to look up like this when you're squatting. This can create a lot of stress in the back of your neck. Keep that spine neutral. Maybe you find you're having a little lower range of motion here as you get warmed up. Let's go back to those rows. So now I'm going to add the weights for my front raise. Are you ready? And again, you can do this from your knees, whatever you need to do. We row, keep that tummy tight. We row, jump or step, front raise, okay? Step back or jump back from the knees or toes. Row, keep those hips squared, ladies. Try not to lift your bum. Step or jump, front raise, hands are relaxed. Always think of keeping those shoulders away from your ears. Step or walk, front raise into your squat. Good job. Feeling a little more power here. And rest. Awesome. That was the end of round one. Go grab yourself some water if you need it. Grab some heavier dumbbells. And let's head into circuit number 2. So if you're just new to strength training, no weights needed. If you've been doing this for 6 months to a year or longer, intermediate level weights required. So let's start with that hip raise to a chest press. So I'm gonna grab my moderate weights here. I've got a set of 10s. Again, we're gonna do 30 seconds of each movement, and I will guide you through. So having a lay down on the floor or on your mat, feet are hip distance apart, we're gonna do a hip raise, hold it, and chest press. So it looks like this. So let's bring those arms up overhead. Okay, hips up nice and high and pull the knees over the toes. Small bend in the elbows. You're gonna touch your upper arm to the floor and squeeze over your rib cage. All right, open like you're hugging a really big beach ball and keep the weight off your head. So inhale, open, exhale, squeezing through the hips and glutes here, keeping those hips up high. Now what you can also do is raise the hips and you can lower if you need that little break. Raise and lower if you need that little break. All right, let's move into the second exercise here. On your tummy, if you're using weights, you're gonna get those weights in front of you, arms overhead, point through the toes, tighten up the core. We're gonna alternate here, arm and leg. So it's not about how high you reach, it's about making sure that you are pulling the belly button as far away from the floor as you can. Now maybe you have no weights and you're doing this, okay? So the goal is to pull the belly button away from the floor, tuck the chin. We don't want to be up like this. Tuck the chin. There we go. Mixed up my alternating. All right, and the next thing, you're gonna grab that medium dumbbell. So I've got my 10, light to medium or no dumbbells at all. In a high plank position, the weight is on the outside of a hand. So to plank from knee or toes, you're gonna grab that weight, bring it to the side, place your hand back down. From the outside, bring it across, hand back down. Now try to keep those hips squared to the floor here. If you cannot keep the hips squared, come to the knees. As you do this, imagine a ball rolling down your spine. You don't want your bum up in the air like this, okay? You want it in line, no matter what you choose, whether it's knee or toes. All right, good job. That was the end of circuit number 1. Let's head in, round 1. Let's head in to round 2. So we're gonna get on our backs, grab those weights, hips up in the sky, pull the knees over the toes, and open and close. So really big long arms here, small bend in the elbow, and try not to press over your face. As you squeeze, pull the dumbbells a little closer to your thighs, okay? Exhale, squeeze. Abs engaged, glutes working, hamstrings. Relax the neck, squeeze the chest. That's it. Good work. Take a break. On your tummies, let's head into that opposite Superman exercise. All right, now if you have any shoulder issues at all, you can just have your hands here and you can do opposite arm, opposite leg this way, or opposite arm, opposite leg this way. All right, if you're using the weights, pull the tummy muscles away from the floor, tuck the chin. Basically, you don't want to feel anything in your low back. Okay, if you feel anything in your low back, don't come up as high, and tighten that ab area even more. That's it. Reach out of your body. The higher you can pull the belly away from the floor and away from your waistband, the easier it's going to be on your back. All right, are you ready for that pull through? From your plank position, weight to the outside of that hand. On your marks. Here's the beep. Pull it across. Now, this is where I want you to focus on keeping your mind just as strong as your body. I can. Use your breath. I think I can. Each time, shoulder comes back over wrist. Okay, there you go. Pull. If you need to, drop to your knees. Remember, we want to pull the skin of our belly away from the waistband all the time. Good work. That was the end of round 2. Pause the video now if you need a quick sip of water. Otherwise, we're going right in to round 3. From our hip bridge, hips up in the air, fingers are relaxed, open, elbows gently touch the floor, come right back. So control this. You're pulling up, hands are relaxed, elbows gently touching the floor, and good. If you feel anything in the low back here, maybe drop the bum a little bit, tighten the tummy a little more. Focus on that nice long arm and squeeze. Nice work. Going back into those extensions. So onto the belly. Usually by the 3rd round, you're a pro. You've got this. Your body knows what to do. So pull that belly away from the floor here, okay? Opposite arm, opposite foot. Keep the chin tucked, okay? I want my nose pointing at the ground, not up here. Point that nose to the ground. Hands relaxed. Maybe you have no weights and you want to make it a little faster. Maybe you need a mat under your pelvic bone or pubic bone, sorry, if it's digging into the floor. All right, guys, let's do that. Plank, pull across move, all right? Get that weight on the outside of the hand. I'm gonna come this way so you can see that dynamic a little easier. And tighten up that belly. So press the shoulders away from each other. Think of being really light on your hand, okay? That's it. Now, if it's too much, you can just come down to a plank. If your wrists are bugging you, you can hold a plank from your toes or from your knees for the remainder of this 30 seconds here, okay? Pulling the belly away from the floor, relaxing your neck, and there we go. So we're gonna move on to round 3. Take a quick break here, grab some water, and I'll meet you back on the floor. Okay, welcome back to circuit number 3. In this one, we have 3 exercises, one of which we'll do on either side of the body. So 4 movements in total. So have a watch. Here is round number 1. We're gonna hold on to 1 dumbbell. All right, so I've got my 10-pound dumbbell here, and I'll come to the side so you can see. Again, 30 seconds each exercise. I will start the timer. And here we go. All right, so you're gonna hold this weight overhead, soft bend in the knee, curl through the core, come on up, sit up nice and tall, look straight ahead. Now from here, roll back with control. Come on up, keep those heels on the floor, sit up tall. Now imagine someone has a belt around your belly button and they're pulling you and initiating you to roll back through that belly. So really create that tiny waist here. Relax the shoulders, come on up, sit, and roll back down. All right, let's come up and we're going straight into that Russian twist. So sitting up nice and tall, feet on the floor, hold that dumbbell, okay? Shoulders are back. We are twisting. Now this twist is coming from the abdominal area, not from twisting the arms like so. So I want you to think of keeping your thumbs in line with the space just between your chests, right between your boobs, okay? And try not to rock through the hips too much. If you want a challenge, shoulders stay back like this, all right? Or an option, sit up higher and feel that twist. All right, good job. The next one is that sideline plank overhead reach crunch. So from the elbow, I'll show you both. The legs are straight, arm is overhead, okay? Shoulder right over that elbow. You're gonna lift your hips up into the sky, lengthen out through the fingers, crunch, crunch, elbow to knee. Try to keep your hip up high. Now, if this is too much, come to the knee and let the knee press into the floor. Hips up nice and high as you crunch without leaning forward. All right, there we go. Wanna feel those obliques working. Fingers are long or no weight at all here. Now, if you have any shoulder issues, maybe you're just doing a crunch without the arm. Okay, whatever you need to do, listen to your body. Let's switch and roll over to the other side. Remember, we've got 3 rounds. Do your best. Focus on great form every single round. Tuck that elbow in. Come on. Here we go. Reach and over. Now this is a more advanced move if you're using the weights and keeping your legs straight. Again, your option here is coming to the knees. And there's nothing wrong with that because I would rather you do it so that you're in control of great form rather than trying to push through something when you're fatigued and could potentially hurt yourself. Your shoulder, your back, what have you, okay? Crunch and release. Good work. So we're gonna go into round number 2 of that. Again, starting with that sit up, overhead reach and roll down. Judge the first round. Were you working hard enough? Was it challenging enough? Now's your time to go and maybe grab a heavier dumbbell or a lighter dumbbell, okay? And let's have fun. Round number 2. Grabbing our dumbbell for that sit up and reach. Here we go. I will start the timer and we'll get to work. It works. Get set and go. Now, as you do this, try to keep those heels on the floor. And I'm gonna relax my hands. I don't want you over gripping here and holding on to that deadlift or that dumbbell for dear life. And again, if you have shoulder issues, it's all the more important to listen to that. Maybe you're here. Maybe if you have shoulder issues, you're here. It's the roll down with control where you're really gonna get in to those abdominals deeply. Pull the belly in, roll, tuck the chin, and done. Ready for your Russian twist? All right. Now, Russian twists are one of those moves that I see performed really incorrectly. So remember, it's not about how far back you go or how fast you go. It's being able to engage the right muscles. Proud chest here. You're rotating with the core, not with the hips, not through the shoulders. The shoulders are moving because of what the abs are doing. Whew. That's it. Nice spine, neutral spine. Pull the belly button in. It gets harder to do as you get tireder. Whew. Relax the fingers. Proud chest. And relax. Ready for those side plank crunches. I think I'm gonna take a knee on these ones. All right, I'm gonna do this from the knee so I can really focus on my form with control. So come on up, this leg lengthens out of the hip. Really reach here. I want you to see if you can get the longest line from your fingertips out to your toe. Now, a little bit of a challenge, keep that leg up. We'll work a little bit through the hip, a little deeper. Reach, keep that hip up if you want that challenge, or that leg. Good. Touch, work through this, and let's switch. Is anyone else starting to feel a bit of a Sweat going on. It can't be just me. I think someone else must be feeling a little bit of the sweat by now. And don't get discouraged, because the more you do it, the stronger you get. Everybody starts as a beginner to something. We start as a beginner to life from the moment we're born, right? We start as a beginner, can't even hold our heads up. So just think how far you've come, all right? That's it. I like perspective. That's it. Whew. Feeling it. And rest. All right, we're back for circuit 4. 3 exercises in this circuit. Hope you enjoyed that break. Let's grab our moderate, light, or heavy weights for the deadlifts and for the flies and get to work. So I will set our timer. For your deadlifts, you're going to hold the dumbbells, pinch those shoulders back, nice long flat back, send your shins back, and I want you to imagine shaving your legs with your knuckles, all right? So soft bend in the knees. Now the key here is to send the shins back, not forward. This is a deadlift, not a squat. So for many of us, you might feel a nice hamstring stretch on the way down. Okay, keep that spine long, no rounding through the shoulders. Lengthen out through the top of the head. Abs are nice and strong here. We're not rounding the back or arching the back. And that's it. For this next exercise, you're gonna need light to moderate weights for bent over dumbbell flies. And for this one, it's especially important to keep that low abdominal area really braced. So pull the skin under your belly button away from your clothes, long spine here. You're gonna come up to the side, nice long arms, up, squeeze, and control back down. So shoulders are wide, no rounding through the spine, so not like this. Okay, lengthen through the top of the head and control. So generally this is a lighter dumbbell kind of exercise. The rear delt, typically a little weaker than the medial or anterior deltoid muscles. So with control, up and down. All right, this next exercise, you're gonna need some space. I'm gonna show you the high impact option, and I'll show you a lower impact option. So this is a sprawl. So you're gonna jump yourself into a plank. So hands to the floor, jump to plank and sprawl, arms overhead, full extension. Pop up quick and stand. So we're gonna come back, jump, arms overhead, sprawl, extension, and stand. Your option, step it out, lower down, nice and slow here, step it up, and stand. Those are your sprawls. Right on. 1 round done, 2 to go. So because we have a lot of different styles and weights here, whether we're using doubles or not, a little more time between sets here to make sure that you grab the appropriate weights. Heavier for your dumbbells, lighter for your rear delts. No weights needed for the sprawl to extension. Now just a note on that sprawl to total body extension, it's not about how high you lift your upper and lower body off. It's about making sure that right here is pulled in and engaged away from the floor, so that as you come up, you're not arching the back and creating tension, pain, or possible injury to the low back. So here we go, let's do round 2. If first round was not challenging enough for you, feel free to go and grab some stronger or heavier dumbbells. I'm gonna start the timer. And here we go. So long spine, sending the shins back, feeling a stretch. You're sending your kneecaps behind your bum. Okay, that's the goal. Shoulders are wide, arms are straight. And as you do this, another good cue is to imagine you have a magazine under your armpits. Keep the magazine squeezed. This is gonna force you to keep those arms closer to your body, activating more lats and more lower trap muscle fibers. All right, quick moving to the bent over rear delt raises. So nice and long, hinging at the hip, pulling the belly up and in. Nice light grip here. You want to be able to control. If you're doing this, To get it up, choose a lighter weight. Nose points to the floor, not up here, okay? That's it. Straight out to the side. Soft bend in that elbow. Float. Pull those belly muscles away from the waistband, away from the floor. Always protect your back. Maybe you're a little higher, and that's fine too. Let's move those dumbbells out of the way and get ready for the sprawl. I'm gonna do the power sprawl. If you wanna walk it out, walk it in. Low impact, that is fine too. Arms up over, tummy away from the floor. Pop yourself back and stand. Okay, now maybe you wanna just do upper body sprawl. Maybe you wanna just do lower body sprawl. Or maybe you wanna do a total body sprawl. Awesome. 2 rounds down, 1 round to go. Check in how you're feeling. If you need a quick sip of your water, please take it. If you need to adjust your weight, or maybe in round 3, you've got some fatigue going on, but you want to purely body weight it, that's fine too. All right, ready for round 3? On your marks, get set, and go. Here we go. That invisible magazine on your armpits. Long spine. If you have a mirror, you can check out your form. Make sure you're not rounding or arching. Pressing those shins back, feeling a stretch here, and then pulling up. Using the hamstrings, glutes, and back to pull you back to standing. That's it. Strong core here. Don't let the lower abs go. Pull them up and in. Good work. Back to flies. Grab those weights. I like to put my thumbs here. Forces me to not over grip. You want to keep your grip fairly light here, okay? Here we go. Nice strong core. Up. Use that breath. Nose towards the floor. Control. Keep those shoulders wide, all right? We got a couple seconds left before the sprawl. And there we go. Make sure you've got space. And for the sprawl, I'm gonna add an element to this here. So walk it or jump it. Are you ready? Walk or jump down to the floor. Do your sprawl. Now come back to plank and walk your hands to your toes and then stand. Are you ready? That's it. A little traveling sprawl. Take your time on this. Walk it out if you want the low impact version. Relax. Up. Walk it back to plank. And walk your feet up as an option. And you are done round 3. All right, thank you so much, ladies. You've completed the strength part of this workout. Now let's cool it down, unwind our body, bring our heart rate back down, and do some stretching. So we're gonna stay standing, just in case our heart rate is a little elevated here, until it comes down. And let's bring one arm across, drop the shoulder away, and bring your ear to the opposite shoulder. And let me stretch. Anytime we're moving up and down, definitely gets the heart rate back up a little bit more. Swing your arms up, out, other side, and stretch. Focus on your breath, and relax. All right, let's bring those arms behind you if you can here for a little chest opener. All right, if that's too much, hands maybe in your back pocket, push your chest up. Keep breathing. That's it. Awesome. All right, let's take one hand to one side of your head here, okay? Just to your temple. And gently bring it here. All right. And then I want you to reach up and over. And let go of your head. Soft bend in the knees. Reach out of those fingers. We're gonna sweep our arm down and come back up. Bring the fingertips to the opposite side. Give that neck a little bit of a stretch here. Reach that arm up. Now let that arm go and reach over. Big breaths in, soft knees. We're gonna sweep that arm and down. Take those legs out nice and wide here. All right, so all we're gonna do is just walk your hands to the floor, hang out here. Maybe you're here. Maybe this is all you can do. I want you to find that center. And then start to bring the hands over to one side. Hold on to the back of that ankle. Relax your neck, feel that stretch all the way up the back of the legs. Walk it all the way to the other side. Really use these hands to get some leverage to bring your chest towards that thigh. Relax your neck. Walk those hands back to the center. Walk your feet in. Bend those knees. A couple times we're gonna cycle through the knees. Okay, so I'm just bending and straightening. We're gonna bend those knees, stay bent, and then I want you to roll up all the way through. Let's give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. Roll those shoulders back. Awesome. All right, let's have a seat. Now that our heart rate is down, I'm just gonna shoot a nice glute release here. So you can take one leg across your thigh and then press the knee away. So don't just let your knee come up here. I want you to press that knee away, flex the foot. This might be enough for you to feel this in through the hip, but maybe what you wanna do is push yourself closer and now press that knee away. Create a little tighter stretch here through the hip. So I'm pushing this knee away to deepen the stretch in through the outside of my glutes. Relax your neck. And then let's reset. Take the leg across the other one, press that knee away. Maybe this is all you need, or maybe you need a little more. And press that knee away from your shoulder. Looks like you're not doing much, but if you're tight in the hips, you are. Relax your neck. Breathe in. Feel the gratitude that your body just took you through that workout. No matter how it looked for you, you did it. All right, now let's just bring those legs in front of you. We're just gonna fold forward here and let everything go. And you are done. Thank you for joining me for this total body strength workout. Make sure to drink lots of water. If this was very challenging or you really pushed yourself, you may want to have a nice soak in an Epsom salts bath. Make sure you have a post-workout scoop of protein in water, especially if your next meal is still a few hours out. Let's make sure that we're nourishing, nurturing, and replenishing our body so we can have more great workouts like this. Thanks, ladies.